Welcome to the live stream. It is Christine here with Gauge Girl Training, online meal planning coaching service. And today's live stream topic is a really important one. It's one that is so often overlooked, and we need to talk about it today. So today we are discussing signs that you are under eating. I want to welcome you guys to this broadcast. Thank you for being here today. Once you guys start coming on, I would like you guys to please comment where you are from. I would love to hear where you're from and how you found Gauge Girl Training. And under eating, believe it or not, is something that is very common that I see with clients, that I see with people who come to me looking for help, looking for guidance on how to lose body fat. And the crazy thing about under eating is that so many of you guys feel like if you eat more, you are going to gain weight. And that is the reason why you try to dial down your food intake. And what I'm here to tell you guys today is that that is probably one of the worst possible things that you could possibly do to impact your health goals. Welcome from Houston, Chicago, California, New Zealand, welcome, welcome. And if you guys are enjoying my channel and my live streams, please give this stream a thumbs up. It helps me out here on YouTube. So please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. And if you're new to my live streams and you're just new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe. So why is under eating so bad? Number one is it's going to lower your metabolic rate. And when your metabolism is low and sluggish, it is going to be very difficult for your body to tap into stored fat as a fuel source. The next sign that you are under eating is constipation. When you're not eating enough food, you're not going to have enough volume for your stools. And not only are you not going to have enough volume for your stools, your digestion is going to slow down tremendously. Now, is there anybody here who may be dealing with slow digestion and or constipation? I'm talking to the point that if you're doing extreme under eating, you might go to the bathroom only 2 to 3 times a week. Number two, for like a bowel movement. And lower bowel movements, lower frequency of bowel movements, technically you should be having a bowel movement daily. I have some folks who have multiple bowel movements a day. But if the frequency of your bowel movements is low, that is a sign you're under eating. Another sign that you are under eating is hair loss. Anybody here dealing with hair loss? When I say hair loss, it could be like your eyebrows, like this part of your eyebrow, like from here to the end. It could be here. It could be like here in the temples, like if you start losing hair right here. It could be like right at this part of your head. Hair loss is a sign that you are not eating enough food. Another sign that you are not eating enough, hello, another sign that you are not eating enough is you are cold all the time. Do you or does anybody you know just, they're always cold? My grandmother is like this, where she's always cold. It'll be the summertime, she's always cold. And she'll be dressed almost like a homeless person, but the thing is, she's not eating enough calories to keep your body temperature elevated. And if your extremities, if your hands are cold and your feet are cold, those two things, again, it's a sign that you're not eating enough. Now, here's the kicker, and this is just to add insult to injury. Another sign that you are not eating enough is you cannot lose weight. Who here has ever been in that place where you are trying to lose weight? You are trying your best to eat healthy. And maybe you're skipping meals because you're stressed. Maybe you're skipping meals because you just forgot. Maybe you're skipping meals because maybe you're depressed or sad. But for whatever reason, you know you're not eating and you're like, okay, I'm not eating. Why am I not losing weight? So Susan says that's her right now. And how do you know you're not overeating without tracking your food? I will talk about that shortly. That is a very good question. So Miracle, if you can just ask that in like maybe 10 minutes. So a friend of yours is always cold year round and she lost 30 pounds. Everything you're saying, pretty much all of the above. So here's the thing. If you are not eating enough, your ability to lose body fat is going to be completely stalled. And it can be frustrating because let's say you're doing all of that and you have a belly. Is there anybody in that boat where you're barely eating and you still have a belly that will not budge? And you're shaking your head over here like, what gives? What gives? Erica says, I'm just staying the same weight no matter if I overeat, undereat. You're in that boat, Nicole. Sharon. So here's the deal. I want you guys to look at this from the perspective of your hormones, and this is why this is so important. Stay with me here. Your hormones are like an off-on switch. Cortisol and estrogen. When cortisol and estrogen are turned on, so to speak, your body is in fat storing mode. When they are turned off, your body is in fat burning mode. It's actually very simple. So the thing is, how do you know if you are in fat storing mode or you are in fat burning mode? You are in fat storing mode, meaning your body's going to store fat when your cortisol is high and when your estrogen is high. Now, you can have high estrogen even though you are menopausal or perimenopausal. I'm talking about high estrogen relative to your progesterone. Why does high estrogen make you gain weight? It doesn't matter how little you are eating. When estrogen and cortisol are elevated, that supersedes every fat-burning hormonal function in your body. It trumps it. It trumps it. Like, you know, like rock, paper, scissors, like paper covers rock. It's like, boom. It will not happen. And one of my clients, I want to show you guys her picture. She had a really bad hormonal belly when we first started working together. I'm talking, she was probably about 230 pounds at 5'2", just to give you guys a visual. Her waist was around 43, 44 inches. We got her all the way down to 28 inches in the waist. How? She had to eat more. And every single time, she would take a pause from her coaching with me. She would think that like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I could do this on my own. What would she do? She would eat 1,200 calories, 1,100 calories, 1,000 calories. And I'd be like, girl, like, what are you doing? And every time I dialed her in and ran her numbers and calculated her macros and figured out her situation, what did the math say? 1,600, 1,700, 1,800. She wasn't eating enough. Every time I dialed her back up to where she was supposed to be, and it felt weird for her at first. I'm being honest with you guys. Eating the correct amount of food is going to feel different. It's going to feel different. And I need you guys to open your brain up to the possibilities that what you are doing is not working and it's a problem. You undereat, you don't lose weight. You overeat, maybe you continue to gain weight. But if you know logically and rationally in your brain that there has to be a better way to go about this. There has to be a way to lose body fat, not starve to death, and not feel miserable. Do you guys know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the headspace I used to be in when I was struggling with my fat loss journey over 13 years ago, where I was like, I would see these fitness models, right? Do you guys know who Jamie Eason is? She used to be one of the big models from bodybuilding.com. She used to be in all the magazines back in the day. Jamie Eason, Chatty Dunmore. I used to look up to those ladies, and especially Janet Jackson back in the day. Who here remembers Janet Jackson's abs from like that All For You album? I remember being in college and she was on the cover of this magazine with those abs, and I was like, oh my goodness, she looks amazing. I want to look like her. I remember being like, trying to eat less. I remember trying to eat less. Now, the thing is, fasting is different because fasting doesn't mean under eating. Fasting means just timed intervals of no food. So I don't want to compound the thing with that. So I'll circle back around to that point. And yes, to Janet, right? And I remember being so pissed off because here's the thing, you guys. I am one of those people, and tell me if you guys are like this too. I'm one of those people where if I don't get my way, I get very stubborn and I get really pissed off, no matter what it is. And I mean this in the sense of, if I want to do something, I'm gonna do it. If I want to accomplish something, I'm going to accomplish it. And I get frustrated when I can't. Do you guys know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, if you're trying to lose belly fat and it's just hanging there and you don't feel like yourself and your body doesn't look the way it once did or what you know you are capable of, and you're just here like stuck and frustrated, and you're like, other people do this every day. And I'm being really serious, you guys, because that emotion right there irritates the living hell out of me, because I'm like, that person can do it. This person can do it. You see people all the time succeeding. Why is it not working for me? Why is it not working for my situation? And if you can resonate with that frustration, I am here to tell you there's 2 reasons why it doesn't work for you. Number one, the one reason it doesn't work is because a lot of the advice that we find online is based off of scientific studies built around men. And they're taking the results of those studies and just scaling it to the size of a female. The bodybuilder, what I call the bro diet, is a perfect example. The bro diet, the bodybuilder approach to nutrition, is high protein, low fat, moderate carb, right? It's based on men. Men can eat 20, 30 grams of fat per day and be fine. A woman can't do that. A woman can't do that. You'll lose your period, right? And now, so that's one reason. Another reason why it's so hard to do is because social media. You see an influencer, right? And they look phenomenal. They look great. Like, they look gorgeous from the second they open their eyes to the second they close their eyes. Like, guys, for me, I gotta put my makeup on. I gotta stick my lashes on. You guys see me on here with no makeup, and I try to be professional and look pulled together, but like, it's hard for me. I'll be honest with you guys, it's hard for me. I would rather sit around in no makeup and a sweatshirt all day long. But hey, we gotta pull it together sometimes, right? Anyway, my point is, when you see an influencer and you see their body, what worked for them does not mean it's going to work for you. That worked for their genetics. That worked for their body type. And I see so many women with really big fitness platforms where before they got fit, they were skinny. You guys know what I'm talking about? And a lot of these fitness gurus who were the type of people who were skinny and needed to gain weight and fill out and add muscle. You guys know what I'm talking about? And I'm not hating, but that is a completely different problem of having to struggle to gain weight versus people who cannot lose weight. Do you know what I'm talking about? There are a lot of influencers out there with huge platforms that they've never had the same struggle that you've had. Shannon, what is the difference between under eating and fasting? Fasting means you are eating at timed intervals. So fasting allows your body to metabolize more fat as fuel, because when you are fasting, you're not eating. When you're not eating, your pancreas has the opportunity to release glucagon, which is the fat burning hormone. When you are eating during the fasting window, your pancreas will release insulin. Those insulin spikes, during that eating window, the insulin spikes are preventing your pancreas from releasing glucagon. So there's a timed interval thing. Now, the thing is, when you're fasting, there's a fasting window and there's a feeding window. And during the feeding window, that is when you are getting the majority of your nutrition. You're getting all the vitamins and nutrients and macronutrients that your body requires to keep your metabolic rate high. The reason why fasting works so well is because during that fasting window, you're giving the glucagon hormone a longer residence time to do its job. Now, the difference between fasting and under eating is under eating means you are not getting enough calories, period. Does cell autophagy also happen during fasting and help kickstart a slow metabolism? It is possible. Is 60 carbs a day too low? It depends on the context of your total daily caloric intake, as well as how much fat and protein you are getting in a day. So is 60 grams of carbs a day too low? Not necessarily, as long as you're getting enough dietary fat. So here's the thing. There's two options, right? You have to ask yourself why you are not losing weight. If it's because you are under eating, if it's because you just don't know what to eat, and you know that you're skipping meals, and you know that you're not really planning things, and you know that you're just kind of, your meal timing is off because you are just not paying attention, right? And you know that if you paid attention and you focused and you dialed it in, you would do great. If that's you, I want you guys to go to gaugegirltraining.com and take my quiz. The quiz is going to help you figure out the best way to fuel your unique body type. And there is a special discount if you use the word quiz at checkout on the 6-week shred. The 6-week shred is my jumpstart program. It is the program that is designed to speed up fat loss. It takes you through 3 phases. The reason why we take you through 3 phases is because we are going to make sure that your body has enough metabolism and energy and fuel to burn fat as fuel while maintaining lean muscle. Now, that's one option. If you're here and you know you have hormonal issues, if you're fatigued all the time, if you're tired all the time, if no matter what you do, nothing will budge, and you're burnt out, you're tired, you're exhausted, you are stressed out from life, the idea of going to the gym just sounds way too overwhelming and insurmountable, and you're not in a good place. And like, let's keep it real. You're not in a good place. Maybe you've been eating too much bullshit. Maybe you feel like you need to drink a ton of coffee to survive. Maybe you feel that you are just burnt out. You're stressed out of your mind. Your sleep is trash. And if that's you, you would probably do best with my hormone reset. So the Keto Goddess says, I feel euphoric between 72 and 96 hours fasted. I want to learn to eat in a way that keeps my body feeling like that and the clarity. That is a very long time to fast. That's a very long time to fast, and I'm glad that you found something that works really well for you. Sharon says, I understand what you're saying, to try to say under eating is not good for real. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. So here's the thing, my friends. I want to help you guys learn how to eat properly, so that way you feel full and satisfied, so that way you're able to maintain your muscle, you're able to live a normal life, and you're able to feel good about yourself. And I know that so many of you, like, here's the thing. I wish I could literally come inside your house and literally go grocery shopping for you and literally cook your every meal. Meaning, and I mean this sincerely, I wish I could come in and learn more about you, learn what you like to eat, and cook for you so you could see how much food you really could be eating, how delicious it could taste, how amazing it would be, and how good you would feel. Because I'm telling you, my friends, this yo-yoing, this like forgetting to eat stuff, this like being tired all the time, this waking up in the middle of the night, this is not it. Life is too short to just be going from one extreme to another. And here's the thing, my friend, is there anybody here who's sick and tired? Yes, that's the thing. And thank you for that, Sharon. She says, under eating makes me start binge eating. So if you're tired of binge eating and you're tired of just feeling like whatever diet you're on, it's just not enough food, and maybe you could like suck it up for a couple days or a couple weeks at best, depending on your mood and depending on what's going on in life. But ultimately, you know, and Queen Me ATL, like literally, I wish I could practically do that for you guys and pull some Santa Claus shit and literally come in and cook for you guys, because I want you guys to know how good it feels to feel full and satisfied. I want you to know how good it feels to have a nourishing meal that you love and makes you feel good and makes you feel better. If anybody here is like, Christine, you know what, you're right. I'm sick of feeling like shit. sick of feeling tired. I'm tired of being tired. And the thing is, if nothing changes, nothing changes. What I'm presenting to you guys is we need to move away from this all or nothing. We need to move away from all or nothing, where you're either hardcore, gung-ho, all in, or you're like, I don't care. I don't care. And guys, as somebody who used to bounce back and forth between, that's a really good idea, actually. An Airbnb shut in and keep you all on track. That's not a bad idea, actually. If you're just sick and tired, if you're just sick and tired of chattering between extremes and you want something that is far more sustainable, you have to ask yourself, how much weight are you looking to lose? Do you need to see changes right away? And if you need to see changes right away and your energy is really drained, I want you to do my hormone reset. And you can shoot me a DM over on Instagram at gaugegirltraining, and I'll send you the link for that. Now, if you think that your metabolism's fine, but you know that you're not eating properly, right? You know you're not eating properly. You know you need to cook. You know you need to do better, but like at the same time, you get overwhelmed with that. You need something simple. If that's you, go to my website, take the quiz, or shoot me a message on Instagram for the quiz, and I'll send you the link. And remember, you save $50 off if you use the code quiz at checkout on the 6-week shred. Now, I have an announcement, and that is I have a new meal plan coming out in 2 weeks. My new meal plan is called 5 Ingredients or Less. It is the 6-week shred, 5 Ingredients or Less. And I've created this program in original, in paleo, and vegan. Your ADHD brain needs simple, cheap, and easy. So Nicole, my new program is coming out in 2 weeks, is going to be amazing for you. Here's why. Every recipe, every meal is 5 ingredients or less. I asked myself, if I am a busy working mom, now obviously I know not everybody's a mother, but you get what I'm saying. You're just busy. If I'm a busy female and I am not savvy in the kitchen, meaning like I'm no Martha Stewart, right? Now I love to cook, but my point is I'm thinking of you guys who you'll cook, but it's got to be simple, right? It's got to be simple. Any of which of my programs for hyperthyroid, Miss Congeniality, do me a favor, DM me on Instagram. I need to know a little bit more. I need to know more about what type of medications you're on, your current age, height, and weight, any photos, and I'll give you a very good recommendation. So back to what I was saying is my new program is called 5 Ingredients or Less. I've created this shred and dedicated this to the ladies who need simplicity. Like, you don't mind cooking, but like it can't overwhelm you. It can't be the type of thing where you need to buy 89 million ingredients that you're only going to use one tiny baby scoop of one thing and you have all this bullshit. It's real food. It's stuff that you would actually eat, but it's simple. And I want you guys to have meals that are easy, that are simple, that are affordable, and they taste good. And that's why every single 6-week shred that I have created since the budget series came out in 2018 has been tested. It's been tested. It is good. It works. You would rather eat the same thing every day than feel overwhelmed by cooking. Oh, and Nicole, I get you, girl. I totally get it. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, I want you guys to know how fun healthy eating can be. I've dedicated my life to healthy eating, and I'm really good at this, my friends. I'm really good at this. No, Matt, yes. Thank you, Miss Congeniality. And, just for your privacy, obviously, I just want to go through your one-on-one stuff separately and offline. So, friends, here's the thing. If nothing changes, nothing changes. And if you're not eating enough, which is probably the problem with a lot of you guys, where you don't eat enough And then what happens? You end up overeating on carbs and fats. You're not getting enough protein and like all the things. And it's frustrating because I feel bad for you. And the reason why I feel bad for you is because you're getting nowhere. All you're doing is spinning your wheels. You're going in a circle and you're not seeing results. At some point, you're going to have to get real with yourself and be like, look, I'm not making progress. And the only way that's going to change is if you decide, you know what, something needs to change and I need to do better and I need to be more organized and I need to go about this with a strategy. Miracle says, can you please answer the question about how you can know you're overeating without tracking your food? That is challenging, but there are some intuitive signals that you will feel. I think if you're feeling excessively bloated, I think that if you feel very fatigued after a meal, you're probably overeating because your blood sugar is too high. But I think when you hit that perfect range of full and satisfied, like if you're full and satisfied after a meal, you should be able to do something physical probably within 30 to 60 minutes after eating. Like, so for instance, if you just ate a meal, you shouldn't feel like you need to unbutton your pants. You shouldn't feel like you need to take a nap. And if within 30 minutes you don't feel like you could take a walk, you ate too much. You are terrible at food tracking and food prepping. So the thing is, Sharon, you have to reframe it. It's not that you're terrible at food tracking and food prepping. It's that you're inexperienced and there's a learning curve, right? I think you're being really hard on yourself by saying that you're terrible, because the only way to get better at something is to practice, and perfect practice makes perfect. Nayeli says, I know I'm not eating fast food every day, but also not eating super healthy, but also not eating enough, and you're still overweight. Girl, I would encourage you, go to my website and take the quiz and call it a day. And I mean this, my friends, because nothing's going to change until you decide enough's enough. Like, when are you going to dial it in? Because the thing is, as women, sometimes we need like this traumatic event to push us to lose weight. I had a friend who was horrified by the way she looked in a bridesmaid dress, and that just forced her to get her shit together, right? I had a friend who was insulted by somebody, and she told me this whole story, how somebody insulted her based off of her weight, and somebody said something very negative about her. However, she did gain weight. And what the person said was very rude, very offensive, but at the same time, the fact of the matter is this friend of mine did gain a substantial amount of weight. This person used to be around 140 pounds. This person is now over 200, and it happened in a very short time frame. And the thing is, was she uncomfortable with her weight? Yes. Was she doing anything about it? No. But guess what? Somebody said something to her, somebody offended her, and guess what? Now she's motivated and doing something. And I hate to say this, but you guys, have you ever been motivated by an insult? Have you ever been motivated by someone telling you you can't? Or you ever been motivated by just your own BS and just being like, you know what, enough's enough. Like, I need to focus. Bonnie says, I've gained 20 pounds in menopause, and no matter what I try, it won't budge. Bonnie, my love, I'm telling you, you would be a great candidate for the hormone reset. I have menopausal women do that protocol all the time with wonderful, wonderful results. Not only are you going to feel better, but it will flip those hormones around and put your body in fat burning mode, because the reason why you're not losing weight is because your body is not in fat burning mode. We need to lower your cortisol. We need to get your estrogen to progesterone ratio in check. And it's simple to do. You guys, you understand what I'm telling you? What you can accomplish with just a couple weeks of dialed in nutrition is substantially more than you can do with any pharmaceutical prescription drug. Nicole says, I was recently asked if I was pregnant after gaining 30 pounds. Maybe I should feel motivated. But see, Nicole, that's my point, and I'm sorry that somebody said that to you because that's an obnoxious thing to say. But some of my biggest accomplishments have been for real, like the response of a major insult. And SB here says, my own BS gets on my nerves. And girl, I feel you. But you know what, guys? We need to take our BS. We need to take our insults. We need to take all those things and use that to fuel us. Use that to empower you and use that to motivate you. Because guess what? You can do better. You can do better. And I'm saying this to you guys because you need to hear it. Too many of you guys are not putting yourself first. You don't feel like yourself anymore. You don't feel confident anymore. You don't like the way you look naked. You don't like having sex with the lights on. Like maybe you don't feel attractive anymore. Maybe you just feel like, this is it for you. Like this is just is what it is. And you've just grown comfortable. And yes, Bonnie, I'm the same way, girl. She goes, I'm absolutely motivated by an insult. I'm like, bring it, girl. You are speaking my love language. Like, and I hate to say it, it's kind of messed up that somebody needs to do that. But like, that motivates me too. And the thing is, my friends, how many of you guys need to be reminded that you actually are a badass? That you actually can do anything you put your mind to, that when you focus and that when you pay attention and then when you actually commit to something, you see results. And you know, you guys, if you know that that is true, if you know that you're dilly-dallying, if you know that you haven't really committed in the way you need to, and I'm not talking about being strict, I'm talking about being committed to your goals. I'm talking about carving out a way of eating and a lifestyle and a way of moving that serves you. Because guess what? Every time you exercise, every time you eat well, that's an investment in yourself. And every time you invest in yourself, it pays back tenfold with regards to more energy, a better mood, a better attitude. You're more productive. You sleep better. You're like less bitchy. Is anyone here like ever get so annoyed by your own mood swings and your own bitchiness that like you can't stand being in your own skin because your hormones are just driving you insane and you're driving yourself insane because you feel stuck, but you know that you're the only one who can unstuck yourself. And you guys understand what I'm saying? Maura here says, the fast food corporations offend me every day. I drive by and they tempt me. Girl, I totally get it. But at the same time, my friends, like the only one you are cheating is yourself. The only one you're cheating is yourself. Every single day that you procrastinate, every single day that you tell yourself a BS excuse, every single day that you tell yourself whatever reason why you can't do it, is a day that you're stealing from yourself. Foxfinch says, I eat for my gut microbiome and have lost 2 stone this year, but I've plateaued for 3 months. You can't seem to lose weight. Girl, you need to go on a custom plan because we can dial in the foods for your gut microbiome, but we need to run your macros, get things dialed in so you can get your metabolism going again. You would do wonderful on a customized nutrition plan. You can message me on Instagram at gaugegirltraining for the link, or you can go to gaugegirltraining.com, find that out. Or if any of you guys prefer email, you can email info@gaugegirltraining.com. Now, before I sign off, I have 2 requests. So my request is, number 1, please give my video a thumbs up. Please make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Anybody who wants to take the macro type quiz, go to my website, fill out the quiz, and use the word quiz, and that'll give you a special discount at checkout, $50 off the shred. That's a big deal. Anybody here who just feels like you need to completely reset your hormones and restart, you need to message me the word reset on Instagram, or you can go to my website and find the hormone reset there. So guys, thank you all so much. Please give the video a thumbs up before you leave. But is there any other questions? Any other questions I can answer for you guys? Anything else? Let me know. When is my new plan coming out again? It's coming out in 2 weeks. It's the 5 ingredients or less shred. You guys, I cannot wait for you to get your hands on this. This plan is amazing. It's amazing. You will go bananas when you see it. So stay tuned for that, you guys. Other than that, I love you all. Please don't be hard on yourself. And I hope whoever needs to hear this, please take your commitment to yourself seriously. I want you guys to come back to yourself. And I want to do this so badly. Like, I'm telling you, I'm going to pray on it and I'm going to just talk to the Lord about it and see what we can do. But thank you all. Have an amazing rest of your day and I'll talk to you later. Bye.